We found out late Thursday afternoon that that bill is up for a hearing first thing in the morning on Monday morning. I'm Executive Director Kevin Robertson, and this is the KDA Video Minute for Friday, February 6th. First of all, yesterday was our annual Dental Day, Legislative Day here at the Capitol. We had about 20 dentists show up. That's a small, but it was a good quality of dentists that we had. We had lunch at the Beacon. Let's start off talking about the legislature. It's been 2 weeks since we've had a video minute because of KMOM, of course, last week. So let's catch you up on a lot of things going on. First of all, there has been a bill introduced that would eliminate the 20% rule. That's Senate Bill 432, and that is a bill that is in the Senate Governmental Efficiency Committee. So that's a committee we've never dealt with. That's chaired by Senator Renee Erickson. If the 20% rule is something you're concerned about, like the KDA, please get in touch with the members of that committee. Senate Bill 432 is the bill that repeals the 20% rule. Now, we found out late Thursday afternoon that that bill is up for a hearing first thing in the morning on Monday morning. So we sent out a legislative alert to all of you, which I hope you received. It is imperative that you contact your legislator on the Governmental Efficiency Committee and ask them to oppose Senate Bill 432. So thank you for your help. Oppose Senate Bill 432. Also is Senate Bill 330. That's a bill regarding prior authorization. It's an issue that the dentists have been very concerned about over the years. It's not just prior authorization. It also would put a 6-month limit on retroactive denial. That bill was held just this past week in the Senate Committee on Financial Institutions and Insurance. Dan Nielsen, past president of the KDA, provided testimony on behalf of the KDA, and we are looking forward to trying to get that bill out of committee along with other healthcare organizations. Senate Bill 333 is a bill that has to do with fluoride. It would ban fluoride. It is assigned to the Senate Committee on Federal and State Affairs. Initially, it looked like there was going to be a hearing, but you and others that were concerned about that issue, that were opposed to banning fluoride, called, and right now it looks like no hearing has been scheduled, and it looks like we're going to be able to keep that down. I will tell you that is a bill that will be exempt throughout the legislative process this year, so it could come up even later in the session after the normal time to work bills or to have hearings on bills. Okay, and then our own bills that we've introduced, House Bill 2556 and 2564, those are dental insurance reform bills. House Bill 2556 is an insurance bill that has prior authorization only for dental, as well as a 6-month recoupment or retroactive denial period, like we talked about with Senate Bill 330. But in addition, this bill would allow dentists who have had insurance companies disallow their patients' work to bill them. So it's kind of like the non-covered services law that we passed several years ago, but it also would apply to disallows. So that's something that we're trying to get a hearing in the House Insurance Committee, and we're still working on that. There's still a chance we can make that happen. House Bill 2564 is the KDA's bill that is a fix to the virtual credit card law that was passed back in 2022. Now, what that fix is, it would require or allow a dentist to opt in to virtual credit card payments as opposed to the current law that has them opting out. What has happened, and maybe this has happened to you in your office, is that you've opted out perhaps of being paid by virtual credit cards, usually carrying some sort of a discount or processing fee, and then arbitrarily after 6 months or a year, that insurance company has opted you back in and you haven't even known it. If you have opted out or think you've opted out of paying by virtual credit card, please check with your front office to see how you're being paid and opt out again while we're working on this. But the fix will be you have to specifically opt in, and then that opt-in will be effective throughout the duration of your contract and with the insurance company. So that hearing again is on Wednesday, February 11th, just next week in the House Committee on Insurance. Big issue that we have going on, it was last year, it's continuing this year, is on Medicaid. Dental reimbursement of Medicaid. Last year, you might remember, we got a $4 million increase that translated into about $9 million with the federal match. This year, we're asking asking for 12. I will tell you that the House Committee on Social Services budget has recommended a $6 million increase, again with the match that will translate into about $13 million, $14 million. So it's something that we're very excited about, that we're moving that forward on Monday. So this coming Monday, the 9th, the House Committee on Appropriations is set to look at that recommendation and then move it along. So again, if that's something that's important to you, contact your local member of the House Appropriations Committee. Also, the House Committee on Social Service Budgets has recommended a $55,000 increase to donated dental. So that would put that number up to $125, what the state would pay for donated dental to pay for the administration and that a local coordinator that helps work with the applicants and get those applicants in to see the dentist. So those are two things that we're working on. Remember last year that $55,000 was in the budget all the way to the end and the governor line item vetoed that. So if you have ins with the governor as well, that'd be a great time to talk to them about donated dental services and dental Medicaid increases moving forward for next year. Of course, you know that last week was the Kansas Mission of Mercy in Manhattan, Kansas. It was January 30th and 31st. I want to thank Dr. Jill Eldner, who chaired that local arrangements committee. At the end of the day, we saw 600 patients totaling $710,000. Thank you all for making K-Mom such a great success. Next year, 2027, we're looking at different options that we hope to announce soon, the date and location of the 2027 K-Mom. Stay in tuned and we'll let you know what those dates are as soon as we know them. And finally, 2026 KDA dues statements in paper went out just a week or two ago. Please find those if you've not paid your dues yet. We're going to start making some phone calls to all those dental offices that haven't paid. Really appreciate your membership, your past support of the KDA. Want to work with you moving forward and continue to work in favor of the dentists so that we can keep pushing the agenda of dentists and protect dentists and what they're doing in their dental practice forward. We really hope that you'll be a member in 2026. That wraps this edition of the KDA Video Minute.